And by the way, I've talked about. I was actually, comparatively. I want to say comparatively happy to see some of the new statistics that came out from TRAC, which is a research institute at the Syracuse University, and they monitor and give out all the statistics on what's happening with immigration detentions. And I've always said there's a cheaper way than putting somebody in jail.
Yes.
And that was put an ankle monitor
Yes.
on them if you think that they're not going to show up to court. Now, having an ankle monitor on you is not pleasant. I'm not saying it's pleasant. Okay, it's uncomfortable, it's tight, could hurt sometimes, hard to shower, hard to put clothes on.
It's so much better than
But it's better
detention.
than the alternative of sitting in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Okay, so given the two bad alternatives, I would take an ankle bracelet all day long.
I would too.
Now, according to new data available in TRAC's Quick Facts Detention Data Tool, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement is now monitoring. They have 227,508 immigrants using what they call the ATD technology, which is the alternate technology detention technology. The alternate to detention technology.
There you go.
There we have it.
Alternate to
Also known as
detention.
the ankle bracelet.
Yes.
All right, I like to call it the ankle bracelet.
yes,
That's
a
a
lot
tongue
easier.
twister. Now, at the end of April of this year, 19,500 immigrants were in detention. 227,000 were walking around with an ankle bracelet. That's a pretty, compared to what it used to
Right.
be. I said, that's not so bad. Now, this data is coming at a time when the Biden administration is working hard to reduce the number of people detained for immigration and is working with Congress to reduce the number of immigration beds and change to these ankle bracelets, which I've been saying for a long time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling anyone it's pleasant. I'm just saying it's more pleasant than sitting in jail. Now, some other highlights from this Syracuse Institute, TRAC Monitoring Institute. 68% of the people still being held in immigration jail have never committed a crime. That's 13,445 out of 19,502. So if the only arguments made to put somebody in jail is to say we want to make sure they show up to their court, we want to make sure they're not a danger to society. So if almost 70% have never committed a crime, none of them are a danger to society. And it's a lot cheaper to put an ankle bracelet on than put them in jail.
And way more humane.
Except the United States has contracts with these jails and has to fill them up. And we've talked about it time and time again. The immigration detention system in the United States is run by private companies. It's a money-making proposition. They have contracts with the United States of America. They have to put immigrants in these beds to make money. The United States does it. And then these jails try to detain these immigrants as cheaply as possible with the worst conditions, the worst food, the worst medicine, the worst living conditions that are as tolerable as can be under the United States Constitution, because they're in it to make a buck.
Right.
So all these companies, they're making money by jailing people. So I give credit to Biden that they want to reduce the number of jail cells. They should use these ankle bracelets. As I said, it's better than the alternative. Maybe in the future there's something even more humane.
I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't know the technology behind it. I just know of these two alternatives. But that's a terrible number. 70% of
Almost
people sitting in a
70%.
jail who never committed a crime. The largest detention facility is in Lumpkin, Georgia. They're holding 1,095 people. And Lumpkin, Georgia has the largest number of ICE detainees so far in fiscal year 2022, averaging 1,095 per day.
Man.
Yeah. And Harlan, Texas, by the way, area, has the largest number of ICE's alternatives to detention monitoring program. And by the way, if you remember, we talked about last week about how ICE, when you're in a sanctuary city, you think you're safe if you go to jail on a minor offense. But now ICE is getting around the local government from calling ICE. They have private databases that they're looking in also, according to statistics, and we talked about this last week, that they're picking people up using private databases on who's in jail.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.